Imagine painting your face with something so toxic it melts your skin, rots your teeth, and drives you completely insane. Well, welcome to the wildest rabbit hole of vanity. Today, we are uncovering the ultimate ancient women beauty secrets that were literally a death sentence. We are talking about a time when looking hot meant risking a slow, agonizing demise, making this the single most shocking chapter in deadly makeup history. They knew it was toxic, guys. They knew it. And they still did it. Let that sink in. By the way, I am your host, and no, I am not a certified cosmetic chemist. Honestly, I can barely match my own concealer on a good day. But I have spent way too many hours reading dusty historical journals, so you do not have to. Roman philosophers like Pliny the Elder were literally screaming into the void back then, warning everyone that this white powder was pure evil. By the end of this video, you will understand the terrifying psychology behind why survival took a back seat to a flawless complexion. To understand this madness, we have to look at the daily life of ancient women. If you stepped into ancient Rome or Greece, the lifestyle of ancient women of high status was all about signaling one thing: ultimate wealth. They wore elaborate ancient women clothing spun from expensive silk, and their ancient women hairstyles were piled so high they practically defied gravity. But the ultimate status symbol? Being blindingly pale. If you were tan, it meant you labored outside like a peasant. So, to achieve that ghostly glow, enter the villain of our story, Venetian ceruse, a thick paste made of white lead. This is where lead makeup history gets truly horrifying. Women smeared these poisonous cosmetics all over their faces, necks, and shoulders every single day. The silver lining? You looked like a porcelain doll. The catch? The lead slowly absorbed into your bloodstream. It caused your skin to shrivel and scar, which ironically made women apply even more lead to hide the damage. Talk about a vicious cycle. Soon enough, their teeth turned black and fell out. Their breath smelled like garbage, and the lead poisoning slowly ate away at their brains, causing deep depression, blindness, and eventual death. This brings us straight into the mind-boggling realm of historical beauty standards psychology. Here is the kicker. They were not stupid. By the 16th century, and even way before that, people noticed that the heavy users of ceruse died young. Yet the trend lasted for centuries. Why? Because the psychological fear of being socially invisible or deemed ugly was way more terrifying than the literal Grim Reaper. A woman without her white face paint was cast out of high society. Honestly, if you ask me, this sounds completely insane, but let me know in the comments below. Do you think modern social media filters and extreme plastic surgery are any different from this dark vanity? Are we really any wiser, or are we just doing the same thing with a digital twist? Drop your thoughts down there. I am dying to know. It is fascinating how ancient women beauty trends always evolve into a psychological trap. As civilizations grew and elite circles became more exclusive, the pressure to conform skyrocketed. We like to look back and judge them, but the human brain has not changed its software in over 200,000 years. Our ancestors needed social acceptance to survive in a tribe because being cast out meant literal death in the wild. Today, that same tribal brain triggers absolute panic if we do not fit into the curated boxes of society. Modern life just changed the poison, updating the delivery system while keeping the symptoms identical. Instead of white lead, we use toxic diet culture that starves our bodies, risky body-altering surgeries with intense recovery times, and problematic filler migration that alters human expressions, poking and prodding ourselves all for that same fleeting hit of social validation. We are still sacrificing our physical health on the altar of temporary trends, running on the exact same ancient insecurity that haunted royal courts centuries ago. We laugh at them for rubbing poison on their skin, yet we willingly inject foreign substances into ours. By the way, if you are enjoying this dark dive into history, consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps a small creator out, and it keeps my own existential dread at bay. At the end of the day, those bizarre ancient beauty secrets show the extreme, heartbreaking lengths humans will go to just to feel accepted by their peers. We are naturally wired to seek approval, willing to tolerate literal organ failure, chronic pain, and nervous system collapse if it means winning the applause of a temporary society that will completely forget us in a generation. Beauty has always been pain, but history proves it can also be fatal when left unchecked. It makes you realize that the deadliest poison is never the chemical in the jar, but often our own unchecked vanity and the fear of loneliness. As for me, I think I will stick to my cheap, non-lethal drugstore moisturizer, even if it leaves me looking slightly less like a high society Venetian goddess and a lot more like a tired writer who drinks way too much coffee and stares at computer screens all day. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, do not eat lead, protect your skin barrier, and see you next week. Bye.